What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Chasing 100 Now podcast. Now, today we got a special episode for you guys. Today, as you can see, we're in our gym fits, or I am at least.
I'm not.
We're talking about the top 5 health tips that any one of you out there can use to get in the best shape of your life
Anybody.
for 2025. And we got none other than the transformation expert, body transformation expert, health transformation expert, Shaquille Beg. Shaquille, all right, so new year, new you. What we got? What we got in store for everyone out there to get in the best shape of their life
So
this
I'm
year?
going to give you, and all y'all also, 5 easy tips that anybody can do.
Okay.
Easy. So number 1 is walking.
Okay.
Walking is probably the best exercise out there. It improves your memory. If you walk outside, it lowers your anxiety. It lowers your blood pressure. And if you walk after eating, which I think is really important, it lowers your blood sugar also. So these are all key things to do. Studies show that if you walk at least 8,000 steps a day, you lower your all-cause mortality by 50% than someone who walks 4,000 steps. Just keep that in mind.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. 50%. And 12,000 steps is the number I like to say to lose weight. If you start doing 12,000 steps a day, you can lose weight really easily. Like me personally, all I ever do is walk.
You do no cardio,
That's it. No, I just walk. I walk about 15,000 steps a day.
Okay.
But I don't.
but that's your cardio.
That's my card. Never been on a treadmill in 10 years. Not a Stairmaster, none of that garbage. It's all garbage. And what it does for my mental health is just, I can't even tell you the word. So I encourage all y'all to go outside, walk. You don't need to do 12,000 steps, but try to do 8,000 because it'll really help your longevity, which we all want in this world. Number 2 is eat natural foods. Now, what's natural foods? It's anything that comes from an animal, a plant, a tree, or the ground.
Okay.
Think about it. Do you know anyone that only eats natural foods that's overweight? Think about it for a second.
Rare. I mean, I can't think of any.
So the reason we have this obesity problem in America is because of processed foods. Now, what's a processed food? Basically anything else. Anything from a can, a box, or a bag. That's what processed. There's a lot of problems with processed foods, but number one thing is they are specially designed to leave you hungry. So they've designed these foods to where you can eat so much and you're still going to be starving. That's why you can eat an entire bag of potato chips, but you couldn't eat the 8 potatoes it takes to make a bag of potato chips.
Wow, that's really interesting. I never thought about that.
Yeah, right. You know,
interesting, yeah.
even juices you shouldn't do because what they do is they take all the good stuff out of the fruit. Because if you have an orange, for example, it's fiber. They take out the fiber and they just give you the sugar. And even as far as calories, right? A glass of orange juice is equal to 3 oranges. Now I know plenty of people that can easily drink 2 glasses of orange juice, but who the heck can eat 6 oranges?
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
You're
So these are all problems. That's why you want
Makes
to
a lot of
stay.
sense. Makes a lot of
That's
sense.
why you want to stay away from processed foods. So number 3 is lifting weights. And this is not just for bodybuilders. Everyone needs to lift weights. It's so damn important.
Men and women.
Men and women both, exactly. So the thing about lifting weights is it speeds up your metabolism. Now, why is that important? Well, it helps your body use your blood sugar a lot more effectively. So you can get away with eating more sugar without the consequences. Though I tell people to stay away from sugar as much as you can. But this is really important if you're diabetic because your whole problem is blood sugar levels. So when you lift weights, it helps control your blood sugar. So if you're diabetic especially, you definitely want to lift weights.
Okay.
And lifting weights is not only for the young. So there was a study recently that showed that people who don't lift weights, they develop sarcopenia. Now sarcopenia is basically a muscle wasting disease that happens as people get older if you don't lift weights. So I believe over the age of 60, people who don't lift weights have a 4 times higher risk of death by all causes than people who do lift weights. 4 times, guys.
That big of a difference?
That big of a difference. That's why I'm saying it's not just for the young.
When you say lift weights, could you also say any kind of resistance training?
Resistance training, yes.
Yeah?
Any like push-ups, pull-ups, that kind of. But I don't know many 60-year-old people that can do pull-ups. But you don't have to use a lot of weight. You don't have to get a fancy gym membership. If you just get dumbbells that go up to like 25 pounds, that's more than enough. Okay. Even 15 minutes a day makes a huge difference. So, and also it strengthens your bones. That's really important as you get old, because you know a lot of problems when people get old. If you're like 80 and you fall in the tub, it's curtains. And it's curtains because your bones are so brittle So lifting weights helps strengthen those bones.
Yeah, so Shaq, what's number 4?
Number 4 is sleep. None of us get enough of it, and it's so damn important. Now, everything I just said about lifting weights, eating right, walking, that's all fine and dandy. But if you don't get enough sleep, it's like you're throwing your gains right in the toilet. Sleep is essential for everything. It's essential for your mental health also. If you notice, when you don't get enough sleep, you're like kind of on edge.
Yeah.
You're like, it's not a good
Not as
thing.
sharp.
You're not as sharp. You're anxious. These are all problems that people have that don't sleep. And it even has to do with weight gain. So there was a study that had 2 groups of people, the same diet, the same workout. The only difference is one group slept for 7 hours and the other group slept for 5. In 4 weeks, the group that slept 5 hours lost 40% less weight.
Wow.
40% doing the exact same thing than people that slept for 7 hours.
Wow.
And night shift is one of the worst things you can possibly do for your health. It's terrible. Night shift, people who work the night shift for 20 years, they have a 52% higher chance of death from all causes than people who don't do the night shift. And the whole reason is it messes up your entire circadian rhythm. Like we as humans, we're supposed to wake up when the sun comes up, and when it's dark, we're supposed to go to sleep. This is what we've been doing for thousands of years.
Process.
They've turned it all around with this night shifting. So if you have to do it, please just do it temporarily. Do not make it a thing. It messes with your entire body, causes a bunch of diseases. So please, guys, get sleep.
Awesome. Great advice. All right, what's the last one? What's the last tip?
Last but not least, and everyone needs to do this, is you need to eat protein. I have never met anyone that accidentally ate enough protein. It's not possible. Protein is the building block of muscle. If you do not eat protein, you are not going to have muscle. So you're wondering how much protein. So you want to get 0.75 to 1 gram per pound of lean body weight, or ideal body weight. So let's say you're 200 pounds, you want to be 160 pounds. 160 grams of protein, or 0.75 of 160, 120 grams of protein at least. And like I said, no one can do this by accident.
Yeah.
It's super important.
Yeah.
Now, the other beauty of protein is 30% of your calories, 25 to 30% of your calories are used just digesting the food. So if I eat protein like 120 calorie chicken breast, for example, I'm burning 30 calories just digesting the food.
Because it's protein.
Yes. So a calorie is not a calorie, guys. Carbs, carbs, on the other hand, is only 8%. Wow. And fat is 1 or 2%. However, carbs, you can have carbs in moderation, and I always tell people if you're going to have them before or after exercise. That way your body will use the carbs properly instead of storing it as fat.
Sure.
But in all honesty, your body only needs protein and fat. It does not need carbs. I'm not saying don't eat carbs, but it's not essential for your body.
For your survival.
For your survival, yeah.
Okay. Wow. Great tips, Shaq. Appreciate it, guys. You heard, you know now, and I want you guys to go out and kill it this year. Let's all get in the best shape of our lives in 2025.
Remember, if you guys have any questions, you're more than welcome to message us on YouTube. Remember, guys, to like, share, and subscribe. We cannot grow our channel if you guys don't subscribe, so please subscribe. That's all we're asking.
All right, guys. See you next time.